Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat, everybody. Happy Monday. How you doing out there? I hope you're having a good day. We're financial advisors here at Jazz Wealth. There's some stuff on our shirt. That's Oreos right there. Sorry about that. I had a little Oreo cream got stuck on my shirt. Hey, welcome to our show. We call it the Closing Beat. We're typically very organized, like to teach you guys things here. We're teaching advisors. If your financial advisor doesn't teach, he's not there, he just plays golf or does whatever, hope you'll keep track of us here at Jazz Wealth. Maybe come join us, transfer your IRA, roll over your old 401k, things like that. Happy to help. You can check us out on our website there. We're going to talk about the stock market today. Before I do, while I have your attention, no show on Friday. I'm going to be going to Cleveland and Sandusky to ride some roller coasters. So pretty pumped about that. Got to do it while I'm still young enough to enjoy it and can handle it. So no show on Friday. We'll be out of town. I do appreciate you guys helping us out this week, supporting us and everything, hitting the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Let's take a look at the stock market here today. Off to your right, got a good start to the week. Get a little bit of back and forth thing going on, right? We talked last week about how the stock market fell and that when it tried to recover, it was, it's a little bit of a tease, right? It fell the next day, and now we say it's going into chop land. So what have we had the past couple of days? A bit of chop. It's a good support area for it, right at the 50-day moving average. You got a little price support there that people are excited about. But we'll see. It's kind of that spot where you go, is market going up or down? It's very tough to tell because of the chop that we have here over the last few days. You kind of expect that to continue going into this week or middle of the week. We got the Fed coming out later, so maybe there's be a little bit of wait or pause for them. But basically, we're inside of a wide range, so to have big up days, big down days is pretty much where we're at the moment. The market's trying to digest what it wants to do next. So with that, I'm showing the S&P on the screen here. We'll go over to, let's start with the Russell. That was your best performing index of the day. You like to see the Russell showing some strength. If you're one of those bulls on the economy, then you want to see the Russell small cap doing well. They did great today. Beat the others by almost double today in terms of performance of the overall index there. Healthcare in the Russell 2000, not healthcare in the S&P. Healthcare in the Russell 2000, the biggest contributor by far, but every sector was higher on the day for the Russell, so a very, very strong, solid day. And I'll note, at the end of the day, it did not really sell off. It kind of held up there where the other indices did that. Still down 7% year to date, so it's not anything you can get too excited about just yet. You got the NASDAQ, same thing, chop zone right here in this 50-day, a little hard to decipher short-term direction if that's what you're doing. Apple was by far your biggest contributor here today. Nope. There we go. Apple, the biggest contributor, gained 3% even on the day. Tesla comes in second place with a really good day, actually. 46 points to the upside, 12.5% gain there. And NVIDIA comes in third place with their deal to buy ARM. We'll go over that a little bit later. NVIDIA up 6%. Some of the FANG stocks, by the way, didn't play along, right? You got Facebook in the mix, down just a little bit on the day. We'll call it flat, give it the benefit of the doubt. Netflix down about 1% as well. I don't know if that's that cuties thing that people were frustrated about or if it was just bad day. I don't know. I don't really follow too much there. And Amazon, I looked at the FANG names today and said, whoa, wow, that's weird. Right, first time in a while we don't have them all trending in the same direction. Yeah, some maybe up more than others, but if you're looking at the NASDAQ today, it's kind of interesting. You got Apple doing most of the heavy lifting there, and I think most people are okay with that, right, as long as the NASDAQ's moving higher. We take a look at the Dow. There we go. The Dow right around the 50-day. A little bit more of a consistent move here in the short term. Still choppy. If you have Dow stocks or you're participating in the Dow index there, you know, it's going to be a little bit choppy. I just think that continues. We're back to flat on the year, if that helps you. So year to date, basically flat there. Today, as far as, where's my thing? As far as stocks that were helping out today, United Healthcare is the one that we talked about last week. I like that pullback. Getting a little bit of a bounce here today, 2.3% there. And Boeing, a little bit of a bounce, 3%. I know some of you are waiting for Boeing to wake up. That'd be great if it did. 3%, right? Still in a downtrend, still a very tough one, but those were the biggest helpers in the Dow today to help you get things going. Well, we got a lot of videos coming up, a lot of FinTips videos. It's all I pretty much did this weekend because, well, it was raining. There was really nothing else to do, so I just made a bunch of videos. You got a bunch of them on the bottom right-hand corner. Some are out already. Some will be coming out. We got lots of cool things, all based on suggestions from you guys and from our viewers on our FinTips videos, youtube.com/jazzwealth. Go to FinTips as the playlist there. You'll be able to check it out. Today is earnings that are going to report this week, the statistics on that, and more particularly, why do we care? Why am I sharing these stats with you? Not so you can go trade them, but why? Why are we even looking at that? So used a real short, simple list of earnings that are coming out this week. Adobe, FedEx, Cracker Barrel, and others. We'll go over that in a little bit here. That's coming out. Got some updates from the IRS coming out on Wednesday, and then on Friday we're going to do a real simple financial planning, how to break down in your head what you're going to focus on in pieces there, try to help you out. Wine and Wealth, it's a weekly class we do for our clients on Thursday nights. This Thursday night we are last week we did trading plans. This week and next week we're going to do financial planning. We're going to use Nest Egg, the software that we use there, and we're going to go through some different updates and things that have been going on there, as well as a little bit of a tutorial for those of you that like doing your financial planning. We'd like to do that with you as well. In the Research Center, you got Cody posting a pretty cool post about the sector performance in September. I believe that's up now. Is that going up? That's up now. So it's live. It's up there if you're a research member. $13 a month if you want to join. If you can't be a customer of Jazz, it's free for all of our customers, by the way. And I am working on finishing a video for the research site about stock market performance based on party. Who wins the White House? What does the markets look like? And more so than just saying Democrats do well and the economy does well, or the stock market does well with Democrats and a little bit with Republicans. Hey, let's go a little bit deeper. So I'm working on a video for that. So anyways, hope you check that out. That's all I have for you there. Let's go over to the sector breakdown here for the day. You see all that green? Did you notice that the right-hand side of the screen is color-coded? That's what we do for you. Every sector today is green. That is now 3 days in a row where we have had a flip-flop. All down, or all up, all down, all up again. That's really what's happened if you pay attention there. So all the sectors were higher today, every one of them. Let's point out a few of them. You got real estate. I don't know. Is it waking up? It's just chopping around here. We've mentioned how sort of frustrating this is. It was the best performer here today. I want to point out some of the leaders over the last month if you're interested in this sector. Public storage is the best performer over the last month. You've got Ventas as well. I kind of think it's an interesting pattern there, starting to wake up in the short term, maybe just a little bit. If you're participating in the broad REITs, of course, that'll include it. Any REIT ETFs, REIT funds that you have should be in the mix there. And Welltower as well, up 2% today. It is one of the better performers over the last month as well. Tough area to invest in, but I don't really have a lot to say about that sector, so I wanted to help you out there. Another tough area is going to be healthcare here. It outperformed the markets today, but it's underperforming the markets by about 1% so far this year. Today, as I already kind of mentioned, United Healthcare stands out as one of the ones with the bigger sort of assistance to the sector, and Pfizer also a bigger contributor as well, adding 2.6%. We go over to tech stocks here today. Not bad, 2%. That's a pretty good day, driven by Apple's weight, the weighting that it has in this sector, and driven by NVIDIA's gains. So NVIDIA gained 6% on the day. Apple is currently working off a little bit of a short-term oversold kind of position back to the 50-day moving average, and NVIDIA has a deal to buy ARM. I believe it was from SoftBank or something. So big M&A news there for NVIDIA. They get a 6% pop on the day. What I found interesting was communication services did not play along. This is kind of interesting. When we talk about the tech stocks, we're including some of the communication services stocks as well to round out your FANG names there. And normally they're hand in hand, like tech will lead the way and comm services just a little bit behind. Or if tech is weak, so is services. But what you've got going on here is today it didn't participate at all. That was kind of odd, if you ask me. I already mentioned some of this. You got Netflix down a little bit there. It was the weakest, but really wasn't too bad looking around the sector, right? It was just kind of one of those days where the sector was overall just not strong. It wasn't weak. There wasn't any big dragging stock. There wasn't a bunch of areas inside of this that did poorly. Disney was down a little bit. It just wasn't amazing. Comcast was up a little bit. It was a bit of a tug of war in the sector, but I don't know what that means just yet. I thought it was kind of odd. That's all I'll say, I guess, for now. Industrials, there you go. Last one we'll point out here. Had some interesting movement here today. Look over at the rails. I don't know if you find that interesting. Union Pacific breaking out to new highs there. Of course, Boeing and the industrials helping everything out a little bit. I want to point out Waste Management as well. 2.8% gain on the day, breaking above these prior highs. Technical traders will be looking to 120, saying that's probably the next spot there that it has the potential to encounter any main trouble or whatever. Now, not a sector, but if I could go to retail real quick, a little bit of a wake up in retail, starting to bounce back there. You had some big name moves, or some big moves in some of the names here. Kohl's, 10% gain on the day. Tapestry had a good day, 8% as well, trying to come out of this funk that it's been in since about March. You had PVH, has been doing well since earnings. Everything's just picking up nicely there. So I thought that was kind of interesting as well. And maybe Ralph Lauren, if you're looking at some of the better performers, these are really beaten down stocks. I'm not saying you buy these stocks. I'm just saying there's something going on there. And that stood out to me just a little bit here today. Other than that, what we have is gold, $17 higher, trying to move off this low here, but still a little bit choppy. Chop is kind of the name of the game out there right now. And then crude oil, nothing. right? So sold off real strong last week. Nothing towards the end of the week and the beginning of this week so far. So nothing new to report. We'll go on to your new highs. Here we go. New highs for the day. You had 11 new highs, 0 new lows. Couple interesting ones that stick out. Freeport-McMoRan, strong stock, just been pushing along ever so calmly, nothing too extended. I just kind of like that. If you can buy a stock to invest in, you want the one that just slowly makes you money. Doesn't need to be fast. Everything that happens fast, it gets taken away from you real quick. Sherwin-Williams, here's another one. Doesn't have to be fast. It's just kind of doing its own business there. 1.25% gain on the day. I like that. You got FedEx moving higher. I would caution that earnings come out on the 15th, which happens to be tomorrow. FedEx will report after hours, $2.66 a share. If you're interested in some of the stats, today's FinTips videos will take you to that, going over FedEx and Adobe and Cracker Barrel. What else do we do? Hertz maybe was in there. Anyways, you got a good gain there. I thought it was a notable new high, but it has the warning of earnings. Union Pacific, new highs as well. Rails were strong today. Just thought that was cool. And transports, CHRW is one that made new highs today. This is also just nice and strong. If you happen to have this stock, there's just no reason to be excited or worried. You're just kind of happy, right, that everything's moving on there. And that's really it. There were no new lows. Kind of a slow start to the week there, but a good one. I would take that. We'll move on to your watch list here for the day. We're going to try something a little bit different. In the notes from Jazz email this weekend, I pointed out all the way at the very bottom, we talked about dividend stocks, right? Maybe a list of dividend stocks. Occasionally, I like to bring you guys a list of dividend stocks just to show you where things are at. These lists, by the way, are subject to change by the very minute. That's how kind of active it is out there. But what we did, we looked at the Russell 1000, right? So we can get a big broad list there. And I just said, show me the top 25. I want to see the top 25 dividend stocks in there, but I want to point out a few things here. So there's a list off to the right-hand side there. You got some common names like your Altria, you got your ExxonMobil, AT&T's in the mix as well. But let's go over here and take a look at what we've got as far as these stocks go. You can see it perfectly. So we got top dividend yielders here. I've made the list for you just so you can see the top 25. You're going to notice a lot of energy, and you're going to notice a lot of real estate. Very easy to say, hey, I'll just buy all these here. Careful, you'd be overweight energy, overweight real estate. Remember, energy is the worst performing sector of the year so far. And there's potential for a lot of these stocks to maybe cut their dividend or have to make adjustments to it. So be very careful there. REITs, of course, have to pay out dividends when they have a profit. So you see a lot of names there. I just thought it was interesting. You had some smaller banks in there. Where's New York Community? There it is. New York Community Bank in the mix as well. You have a couple others maybe to look at. TFS in the mix. People's United. I thought that was kind of interesting. I think H&R Block is, they've just been beaten down. And one thing that I want to highlight when you do a scan for high yielding stocks, take a look at their performance, right? Are they yielding a lot because they've been beaten to death, which you see in some of the energy stocks? 60% losses here when you look at energy, 40%. So their yield is higher purely because of the beatdown that they've taken, really. So not a very diverse list to look at. So your dividend hunters out there are starting to find that they're getting overweight in energy, getting overweight in REITs because they don't have any other choice, right? You have some of the, what I would call dividend staples in there from your AT&T and Altria, Kinder Morgan, Iron Mountain, things like that, but you don't have a broad list in order to get higher yield at the moment. You can't go to financials, right? You can't go to consumer staples. There's just, some, but you can't like build a whole list out of it. So the point of today's watch list, the story anyways, is to say, when you build these lists, we're going to take a look. There's some impressive yields here. Obviously, you want those stocks to recover. You want them to be doing well in their sector so they can continue to pay the dividend. That is not the case, so a fair warning on the energy stocks if you happen to be looking there. And that'll be it. That's just a simple watch list to get us kicked off for the week so we can get your brain ready, right? We do some geeky stuff on these watch lists here, and sometimes I worry about you guys, Do we go too far? Do we do too much geeky stuff? And I don't want to hurt you. But let's move on over to stocks in the news here and wrap this thing up. If you have questions, feel free to post them. I don't know if we're going to try to do some comments today. He's going to try? You can try. Tell you what, you try. You give me the green light. Otherwise, I'll do it the old way. I've got a few things to cover here anyways. Stocks in the news. You might have heard that Oracle won the deal for TikTok or ByteDance. Boy, there's a lot of stuff going on there. We could talk about that for an hour, the way this is going through. It's like it's kind of the deal, but it's not the deal. It's a mess. Anyways, they got the deal there. They will be moving forward there to partner with TikTok or ByteDance. And so the stock was just all over the place today, right? You had a 4% gain ultimately, but kind of interesting. Amazon says they're going to hire 100,000 more people to try to keep up with demand. Can you imagine that? You got to hire 100,000 people? Hey, how many HR people do they have? I think that's impressive. Anyway, stock a little bit lower there. Has been weakening recently here and continues to pull back. Not bouncing today. That's got to alert you a little bit. If you were thinking about buying it, it didn't bounce today. Is that good news? It's not really that great of news there if you're taking a look at that. There was an article in Barron's over the weekend that said Crocs is somehow going to benefit from the stay-at-home craze. Like people will buy Crocs and then because they're not going to work and they will just wear them around the house. But what, I don't know. That was their justification there. I'm not sure. It seemed like a weird thing there, but the stock was higher because of that news, what came out over the weekend there. General Motors, they stand by their decision to work with Nikola. Boy, if you like stock market drama, that's kind of where it's at right now with this Nikola thing. They did really well, I thought. They said, so they were accused of faking the truck driving. And Nikola, the CEO, came out and said, yeah, it's true. It was just rolling downhill. It wasn't a functional truck that we used in our promo video, but we weren't saying that it was a functional truck. We were just showing the truck. Like it would just happen to be moving down the hill because somebody pushed it, right, and let it roll. So I don't know, it was weird there. Anyways, they talking to GM over the weekend, not me, but the media and stuff, and GM says, look, we did our due diligence. We know what we're getting into. We're happy with that. So GM just a touch higher on the day. Nikola was higher as well. Investors seem to like the response from the CEO there. And after hours here, the SEC is going to be investigating some of the claims that Nikola has been making. It's part of the game, right? If you're going to grow that fast, you're going to attract some negative attention there. And I don't know what's true, what's not, of course, but I find it interesting. NVIDIA, they get the deal, of course, for ARM. We mentioned that numerous times. I believe it was to the tune of $42 billion, somewhere in there, in cash and stock. Stock was up 6% on the day. You got earnings coming out for Cracker Barrel tomorrow morning. I mentioned that in our video here earlier today. Kind of like that pattern. There's an interesting little thing setting up here with Cracker Barrel, the historical move on Cracker Barrel and where it's currently sitting at there. I found that kind of interesting. Spent a little time on that. You're going to have Adobe. That's also going to get some attention after hours there, a 3% gain on the day. FedEx will be probably the primary focus, and Hertz rental car, which you see, it's, you know, they're not doing well. I just need them to make it to Saturday or Friday because we rented the car through them. So that's it. They could just do that. You've got Cincinnati Financial reporting a dividend. They're going to be paying 60 cents in dividends, Intercontinental Exchange 30 cents, and Western Union 23 cents. Remember, no, it's not this week, it's next week. You've got Etsy making its way into the S&P 500, Teradyne, and a lot of changes in the S&P 400, by the way. And that's basically it. We will see if we can take questions and go from there. What do you got? Okay, it's Justin. Okay, so it's Dustin, by the way. If ETFs sell and buy stocks, do we have to pay short-term capital gains for it? If you mean if you own an ETF and they're buying stock, there's turnover inside of that. So you're not paying for the individual capital gains on the transactions, if that's what you mean. I think that's what you mean. Not the same as if you owned a stock, you made $100 and you sold the stock. No, it's different than that. But I'm glad it worked. Oh, hey, wow. Can you prepay for the year on research site? No, the only reason we didn't do that is because we don't know if this is something that will continue publicly like that. So far, so good. But if the regulators happen to say, no, that's too close to the line, we didn't want to have to go refunding people money. So we said, look, if people want to pay $13, then we can cancel you at any time and say, sorry, we're not allowed to do it. But no prepaying. Nope, for that reason, just to be transparent. And that was good. Yay, we got 2 today. I like it. Perfect. I'll do this way over here, see what questions we can answer. I don't really look at the penny stocks or anything, so I wouldn't be able to be helpful on that one. Victor says, is it better to buy or sell in the morning or afternoon once you've done your research and made a decision to buy or sell? Well, so really, is it up to you? Is the timing up to you? If you've determined that you want to buy a stock at $50 and the price of the stock is moving up in the morning, doesn't touch $50, but at 2 o'clock in the afternoon does, would it matter to you whether it happened in the morning or in the afternoon? The idea would be you want to buy the stock if it hits a certain price. So when that happens, right, that part I'm a little bit stuck on there, if that's the question. Yep. I like it. DraftKings signing with ESPN is good for all parties, right? That was a good move for all of them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Any thoughts on Snowflake? I don't do IPOs. They are getting, I think, more than a fair valuation for what they do. That's impressive. Yeah. Uh-huh. So that price is priced today, I believe, actually. Your thoughts on SPACs? Yeah, it's the popular acronym these days. No, I mean I get why it's being done that way, and it's sort of crafty. That'll be a loophole that's closed eventually, or somehow they'll have some new regulation. But no, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if it's easier for you to go that route, you're willing to go that route. You've got like Nikola had the available vessel to use for that. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, I like it. You saw Capital One popping today. You got excited. Well, everything was higher today. So you would really be asking the question the other way: why didn't a stock go up today if that was if the markets went up as they did? You had all the credit card guys higher today. So just broad buying there, 6% on Discover, American Express 4%. So you look at Capital One and say we're just playing along. Another 5% move. Just a great day. I don't know that there's any magic reason, and there's no news or anything that I can report to you. Yep. Cool. I love it. Well, I'll wrap it up there, and we'll be back again, of course, to do this again tomorrow. Remember, no show on Friday. Going to be taking a little bit of a break there, and looking forward to it if I don't fall out the roller coaster. Hey, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and look forward to some pretty cool videos coming up over the next 2 weeks. You can see them all down there, but thanks for all your support. Adios.